I'm really interested in, I think it was 2021. You said you hit a wall.
Yes.
What was that wall? Was it an emotional wall? Was it just the physical, toll that it's taken on you, or
It was a
what
little
was
bit
it?
of everything. So before the nerve conduction study in April, my studio was still open, but from whenever March of 2020, when they put the restrictions and closed businesses down in Florida, and then when we reopened in May or June, my yoga studio is even more specialized than most in that we're very hands-on, lots of adjustments, and we really, really focus on a very specific deep breathing with sound. So as you can imagine, with COVID,
Yeah,
nobody wanted to be close to each other, nobody wanted to be touched, and nobody wanted other people breathing close to them or
right.
loudly close to them. So we were open, but we were dead. And that existed anyway. But like I said, when I thought when if the nerve study says my nerves will come back, then I'm gonna make this happen. And
Mhm.
when the nerve conduction study said nothing has come back, you've lost your mid and lower trap, your infraspinatus, supraspinatus never came back. I definitely hit a mental wall of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I was still very, very disabled. I literally, my limb kind of hung by my side. I could not lift my arm at all. And I was in a lot of pain. And I did some pain management for a while, but it was more of a mental wall than anything. But physically, I was incapable of running my own business fully by myself. And it was a very scary place. But I also want to just backtrack and say that during COVID, while my studio was open, I kept getting in my ear, every friend, family, person that loved me, what are you going to do now that you can't teach yoga?
Mhm.
And it was a very strange place for me because I felt like I was a little bit crazy. I was like, stop talking like that. What are you talking about? Of course I'm going to get my body back. I'm not changing my career. But at the same time, that little pieces of me were trying to make moves. So for example, I self-trained myself how to do audio narration. And during the entirety of COVID, I narrated audiobooks. And so I was able to teach myself, okay, Krista, even though you're almost 40 and you're kind of disabled, like you can make something happen, you can learn
Sure.
new skills. And so when April of 21 came, I wasn't incredibly forlorn. I was definitely sad and disappointed, but I thought, okay, I need to look ahead. I need to figure out how I'm going to like build my life again, build a career again. Yoga's gone. Not that personal yoga was gone, but maybe forever teaching was gone.
Mhm.
And I did walk away from it for a while. I went and worked at Universal Studios for about 6 months. And I kept some private clients throughout that time, but I actually didn't want to teach for a long time because I think emotionally it was hard for me. It was hard for me to talk people through practices that I couldn't physically even do myself.
Right.
So I hope that answers that a little bit.
Yeah, it does. And I think one of the themes that I'm pulling out is just the passion that you have for this discipline.
Yeah.
And I think that in addition to that, I would say what stands out to me is that you have a true entrepreneurial spirit, and that is one of tenacity, one of discipline, one of fortitude, perseverance. Even stepping back and have patience at some point when it's necessary.